welcome along to my September 2020 movie haul. And at the end of this video I'll do a quick unboxing of a title which you'll understand why I left it to put it on this video. Okay, so that being said, let's get into this. Now, you may have seen me talk about this movie quite a few times, and these movies are in order of when I received them. The first one is House by the Cemetery. Now this I'll leave a link down below to a video that I did reviewing this. The short answer is this film is stunning in 4K, and it's highly recommended. Blue Underground have done another stellar job. I can't wait to see what they do next, and I know they are going to still go down the 4K front, which is great to see these boutique labels doing the 4K as well. And I didn't mention it, but this has got Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos as well, so that's another reason to have this. It's got everything basically. And obviously after that, at the same time, I got New York Ripper, and this is the same. It's got Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. I can't see a bad thing about it. The film's not everyone's taste. Maybe House by the 70 is a little bit more accessible, but for me these are essential pickups, and you will not be disappointed with them if you're a fan of Lucio Fulci. But I'll leave two links down the descriptions down below to my reviews of those. Basically, the short story is they're amazing. Next I got, and this is two for £20 at HMV. I got Life, and this is a definite upgrade on the Blu-ray, but not by a great deal. But it does seem to be a bit more vibrant, a little bit more detail, and a bit more, the sound quality seems a little bit better. It's not a huge one. I would urge you, if you want to get this one, get it cheap. And you probably will get it cheap, because for some reason Life always seems to be cheap. But it's in Poundland as well. You probably get the 4K in Poundland in months to come. So because it was two for £20, I got Groundhog Day. Now this is a film I haven't seen for a long time, and it's one of the ones where I do know what happens obviously, but I haven't got, well, it's a bit like Groundhog Day. I'll have to revisit it again to see if I like it. It's one of these ones where if you got it in the two for, you got it for £10 and you didn't like it, you can obviously resell it at probably exactly the amount you paid for it or a bit more. So you're not going to really lose out doing that. But I did get Life, which I did really want in 4K anyway. So then I took a trip down to CEX, and I can't remember why I didn't have this already, but I got Grimsby. Now this one here, I do like Sacha Baron Cohen. I like all his films. I know that this one hasn't got a very good review and that, but I'm going to give it a shot, and for £2, why not? It's one of the ones where I thought I had, but I haven't got, but I want to see. If it's rubbish, it just gets sold. But for me, I do like to see his films anyway, and I have seen all of his films. Although some of them, I'm going to have to say, The Dictator, I didn't find that too good, although I did watch it. And there was another one, Bruno was alright, but I preferred the TV series version of Bruno on REG, I think it is. Yep, so next, another two for £20, because that deal was out, and I thought, well, I've got to exploit it as much as I can. So I got Zombieland 4K. Now, I did have the Blu-ray for this. The Blu-ray was quite good actually, but I thought for £10 I'll do an upgrade, because what I wanted to do was pick up the next title. So I got these two for £20, excuse me, which is a really good deal, I think. And this one here looks a bit better than this one. Although this one's a slight uptick, this might be a bit of a bigger uptick. I don't know why that is, probably because it came out 10 years difference. But I'm interested in seeing this one because I haven't watched it fully. But I do like the way that they do the zombie structure to Zombieland films. I found really interesting. Well, interesting and fun. Next, I had a bit of a battle to get a slipcover on this one, but I got Us. Now, Us for me is a better film. I enjoy this film better than Get Out. It doesn't mean to say I don't like Get Out. I just think Get Out doesn't really end that great. But I think Us ends much better than Get Out. But actually, I think I probably will pick up Get Out on 4K if I can get it cheap, because I do like this director anyway, Jordan Peele. But I did think that this one had more to offer than Get Out for me personally. The HDR on here looks stunning, so this one here is a really good. I think when you're upgrading from the Blu-ray to the 4K, you will see the difference in the HDR, and obviously the skin colours as well is just really second to none. So next, another trip to Poundland, and I got this one here. Now, I have got up there quite a lot of Beatles stuff. I've got all the films. Now, I really enjoy the Beatles films. I watched them quite a lot. I'm not a massive fan of the Beatles. I don't know any of the records, although I have got them all sort of downloaded. They are good. I have listened to them all. I do appreciate them. But to me, I like watching stuff about them much more than I like listening to them. I don't understand that, but it's just my thing. And I've always liked the Beatles movies from being a little kid. I used to watch them on the TV all the time. So this one here for £2, and I know it was a sort of documentary film that came out. Ron Howard made it. I do want to watch that because I've got quite a lot of Beatles stuff on Blu-ray as well. And most of the stuff, some of the stuff that the Beatles put out on Blu-ray, the films that they've got, sometimes, especially the Magical Mystery Tour film, if you can call it a film, it looks really ultra clear and stunning on Blu-ray. I couldn't believe the picture quality on it as well. Wow. So next, excuse me, I wanted to go back to my Hammer roots, and I've been searching through the HMV stores to see if I can get anything with the slipcase on that I haven't got on my Hammer, in my Hammer collection. And I did get this one, although I want to get more, but sometimes the slip covers were really ropey, like people must have been thumbing them for a lot of times. And it's Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Now, this is one of my favourite ones from way back in the day. And also, I did put it on and I did flick through it a bit to see what it looked like, obviously. And the picture quality on here is absolutely stunning. It's pin sharp and the colours on it are amazing. So I got surprised at how good it was, although I did think that Studio Canal would do the best version of it, which they have done with all the other titles I've got by them. But anyway, so I can't wait to watch this. Probably going to watch this with my wife because we usually watch the Hammer stuff together. And yeah, I remember watching this on the TV a lot as a kid, and I can't recommend the Hammer stuff enough. But this one's a definite, a really good entry into the Hammer Studio Canal titles. Now next was, I must have been in CX a few times because I got previously I'd got G.I. Joe Retaliation, I think it is, the second part. So I thought I'll have to get the first one. No, I got this off eBay, and I think it was only about £1.20, just so I've got them both. I don't know when I'll ever get a chance to watch them, but you know, I'd rather watch them. Always watch things. I don't ever go to part 4 or part 9. I always go to part 1 and try and see what it's like through there. So sort of interested to see these films. I know they're not going to be challenging in any way, but for a couple of quid I thought, well, I'll watch the other one because I do want to watch the other one more than I want to watch this. But you know, it is what it is. Just a cheap one, but just in order to watch this series, if there is a series. Now next was another excellent buy off eBay. I got this sealed, brand new, lovely slipcover, perfect condition, and it was £6. That's with postage and packaging, so that was unreal. And I'd stated on the previous video, I'm pretty sure that HMV had it in for $24.99. So how do they expect to sell their films like that? I will never know. So, but the picture quality in here it looks better than the Blu-ray. It's not as good as some 4Ks I've seen, but for £6, I do like the film. I think it's quite a laugh, this film. So for me, why not? I do think that some of these films, if you hunt eBay enough, you'll find some cheap. If you want Jumanji, try and look for it, and eventually you'll get it cheap on there. So that's my tip if you want to get these films that they're not essential buys, but I do like them, and I do like them enough to try the 4K on them. And if it doesn't look very good, then you just sell them, don't you? Okay, so you're not really missing out. Now the next one was from CEX, and it was series 4 of The Thick of It. I was in there and there was nothing there, and I was just about to walk out and I spotted this. Now the 50p, can't go wrong. I have got all the other series down there. This is the last part of the series. I must admit I don't like this series as much as the other ones. I found the whole courtroom scenario was a little bit not boring, but it was a bit too political for me. Very personally, The Thick of It is just purely, I like it because of the swearing in it. the inventive ways they've got of calling people names is just mad. So really, I don't understand any of the politics. I don't really want to, but it's just the way that they have all these massive arguments with the most ridiculous swearing you've ever heard in your life. So that's why I like this one. And I can't believe it's only a 15 as well, because some of the swearing is just, wow, next level. Next I got the volume 3 in the Buster Keaton things from Eureka, Masters of Cinema. And this, I've watched this one, and they're all brilliant, the films, especially Our Hospitality is an amazing film. It's one of the best ones I've ever seen of his, because it ranks up right there with The General, which is another one which is stunning. This is just really, really good. Go West is another good one as well, with the fact he's trying to save a cow called Brown Eyes, and he sort of befriends a cow, and the cow thinks he's great because this cow gets shunned out of he's basically shunned out of society. This cow is shunned out of her pack. They don't want anything to do with this cow, so them two become friends, and it's all about him trying to save Brown Eyes from being put into the slaughterhouse. And College as well, good film. It's not got that many stunts in it, unfortunately, but there's a lot of things where he does things with he does like sports track and field things that all go wrong, like high jumps and stuff like that, and he's falling on his neck and stuff. I just don't understand how he didn't kill himself doing this stuff. But this one is, again, it's absolutely brilliant, and I do think you get some of the soundtracks in here in 5.1 stereo as well. Not all of them, and not all of them are in 4K, but some of them are in 4K or 4K restorations. But highly recommended, and be one of them ones that's obviously going to be sold out quite soon, I would imagine. Now next was a one that I saw, which has become one of my favourite films, and it is Parasite. Now I showed you that HMV had left that little brown thing in there, and I had to get it out, and I've cut the cover a little bit there, which is a travesty really, that they didn't even set the alarms off when I went out as well, which I don't understand. But anyway, it is what it is. And this film here is amazing. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I didn't know anything about it. The only review I heard of it was, don't find out anything about this film. Just go in and just accept what it gives you. And what it gives you is just something you wouldn't believe. And it's very unique, but so watchable. Now, I was talking with Leon Talks Films, and he said that it'd been remastered in 4. It was shot in 6K, and I must admit the Blu-ray looked really nice. So I'm looking for to upgrade this to 4K for definite. Although the Blu-ray does look really good, but it's a brilliant film, highly, highly recommended, and it's not what you think. So next was another, because I got that, which was only £10. I got this for £10 from HMV. And it's Inception. I did have it on Blu-ray. I did watch it very recently after putting it off for years and years and years. I think I was Kurashira Ishii told me to watch it, and I did watch it, and I did enjoy it. I didn't understand it thoroughly, but I think I understood it enough to understand that I needed to see it again to understand it more. But I don't mind confusing films as long as you think you can get something out of it. But I did enjoy this, and the picture quality in here I did think was a good uptick from the Blu-ray for me. Sound quality was really good in it as well. The next one was another cheap one from eBay, and it was Valerian. Now I've watched a little bit of this. I haven't watched it all. I want to watch it with my wife. Just go, and I know it hasn't got a very good review, and I know that there's Keith from Euphoria Pictures has said that these two aren't really engaging in this film, although they are good in other films. So for me, I'm just going to go in with an open mind. Sometimes you can go into these films, if you expect to see something and it doesn't deliver, you get annoyed with it, or you just think it's rubbish. But with this one, I'm going to think, well, it is what it is, and if it impresses us, it'll stay in the collection. If it doesn't, it'll go. It only cost $4.99 with postage and packaging. So for me, I would sell that for £5 anyway. So in essence, I haven't lost anything, but I am interested in seeing this film just for the reason it's a Luc Besson film, and it had the effects were meant to be so good in it, but it just got a really poor, and it was a massive flop as well, so I don't think they'll make any more of these films. It was going to be a series, but I don't think it is now. The next one was another amazing film I've got, and I've actually got rid of the cracked box now. I've got a proper box for it, well, a one that's not cracked, and it's Come and See. Now this film here, if you know about it, you know how brutal and you know, like visceral this film is, but also it's got a bit of a beauty to it, you know, beauty in what you can't imagine that, but the things that happen in the movie are quite unbelievable and heartbreaking. This lad here, he plays a stunning part. I don't think this film would have been anything like this film is if it wasn't for him. There's a lot of what it's really good how most of the characters stare into the camera, so they're staring at you, so you're looking at these people and their reactions as if you're actually in the film, kind of, in a way. But it looks lovely, and it's a really, really good film. It's probably my favourite. I'm not saying favourite, but it's probably the best ever war film I've ever seen, and I imagine everybody who's seen it would probably say more or less the same thing. It is unforgettable and highly, highly recommended. So if you can get it, I got this, you can't get it in the UK, although it is region A and B, so it does play over here. You can put it on, I'll put it on my 4K player, it'll look really good. The sound quality is good as well, actually. And but for me, this film is one of the ones that it's super expensive on eBay, and if you get it, go to Wow HD. I got it for about £21, delivered in 2 weeks, and I watched it immediately because I've been wanting to see it for a short while, and I was really impressed. But it's the one that you wouldn't watch all the time, but when I watch it, I will really enjoy it. But this performance from this young lad here is second to none. It's one of the best ones I've ever seen from a young person. So the last one I got in the shops was the Loud Quiet Loud with a film about the Pixies. Now the Pixies split up in about 1990 or 1992. Then everybody sort of used the Pixies formula, like Nirvana, and they become very famous. And the Pixies were always talked about as the band that influenced everybody, the most influential band of all time. They influenced loads of people. Even David Bowie cites them in the influence. Now I love the Pixies, and I think they're just one of the best bands I've ever heard. Now the fact is, they got back together unbelievably in 2004, and this is a movie about them getting back together. Things didn't go too well. There was a lot of tension in there. But it's a really, really good film. It's one of my favourite films that I've watched, like a music film, and it's like more or less as like a semi-documentary and all that type of thing. So you can only get it on Blu-ray, DVD. So that's why I got it on that. And also you get some extras with it, some deleted scenes and stuff like that, and an audio commentary as well. But if you ever want to see a film about the Pixies, this is the best one ever. And me and my wife actually had the pleasure of seeing the Pixies, was it last year? I think it was last year, and or the year before. Then they played 2 hours of all the classics, plus the new album that they had out at the time, which was the latest album. They played the album in full, which was amazing to hear all of them songs played in full, as well as all the classics. I mean, they must have played about 36 songs, so you certainly got value for money, and they were absolutely brilliant. So when I saw this, I pounced on it, because I did watch it on the TV on Sky Arts, but I had to have it. I don't really buy many of these things, but this one's one that I can put on, and I can really get taken back to this time when the Pixies, were they going to make it? Were they going to stay? So really from 2004, they are still together, although not in the same lineup. So anyway, right about now, not the Funk Soul Brother, I'm going to send you over to a fella called John, who's going to take you through the unboxing of what I got yesterday in the post. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand you over. So take it away, John. So thanks, John. I'm doing a quick unboxing for you now. I did get this stuff today, and I just wanted to unbox it for you, because I plan on watching one of the films tonight. So I know what this is, but I'll tell you the reason why I'm saving this for my unboxing on the September haul, even though it's in October. It's going to be on the October haul as well, if that makes sense. So here we go. In one. back of the net. Okay, so the two things I've got off from Amazon are, ooh, and I've got a slipcase which I wasn't expecting. The first thing is the League of Gentlemen Live. Now this is the one that's just been released. There is another live one. I've got two live ones over there actually, but this is the brand new live one that recorded I think just a couple of years ago when they did a tour. Now me and my wife were going to go and see them. I have seen them live before in about 2002 with one of my friends, but I did want to go and see them again, but we never got tickets to see them. Obviously I don't know if they're going to do this again. I would like to think they would, but I did think I would like to watch this one because I'd never seen this one live, and also it's keeping up my collection, which I've nearly got every single thing they did apart from the TV show that they did maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So happy to get that, and also happy to get it with a slip, and it was only about £4.50 as well, so very good. I don't mind getting these on DVD because I've got all the other ones on DVD and I don't see them that much on Blu-ray, but maybe they are, I don't know, but DVD is alright for me, so that's good. So the other title I got, and this is the reason why I'm doing this now, is because in my what I've watched in September, I did watch this movie, Jabberwocky. Well, I watched half of it. Why did I watch half of it? Because it was that good that I thought I need, the DVD's okay, but it's very dark, so I thought I need to see this in the best quality I can. So of course, where is it? It's in the Criterion collection. So what I did was, rather than wait, because I did really want to watch this whole film, so I stopped halfway through and thought, rather than watching it all and then re-watching the whole thing again on Blu-ray, I thought I would just get the Blu-ray straight away, and I'll probably crack this open and I'll probably watch it tonight. But as I was looking through this here, I did see that my original, I did buy this from Granger Games, and it was £3 from Granger Games, and I bought it on the 25th of March 2009. And you know what? I never watched it until the other day. We had a discussion at work. We're talking about the fact that the Jabberwocky have Spike Milligan in. We couldn't find anything about him on Internet Movie Database. So what I did was I said, well, I'm going to watch it because it got it in my mind. And when I watched it, I was so impressed by how good the whole set designs are, the whole comedy in it, and it's a really, really good film. Now I did thought to myself, to put that much stuff into it, Terry Gilliam always puts, all this details and this fantastic sets, and it was work. So I thought, I've got to see it on a good thing. I knew Criterion had got it, but I liked the film that much that I upgraded to Criterion. So that's why I'm doing this unboxing at this time. So anyway, thanks very much for watching this little unboxing. I'll pass you back to John right about now. See you later. So thanks, John. Thanks for that. Right, so yes. So these two, right, that was in my package. Well, one of them. So yes, I watched Jabberwocky, and I found it so good that I thought, I'm going to stop watching it and I'm going to get the Criterion, because I knew the Criterion was out. And I've seen it a few times, I've looked at it, but I thought myself, well, it was one of them films I can't believe that I've had it in a collection for that long and not watched it or not had any idea what it's like. I don't know why, I just didn't like it, because I didn't fancy it, because I love Monty Python. I have all their films and I watched them quite a lot as well. Now this film here, I watched it last night, and the print on it, it's got some grey in it, but it's very bright, because the DVD was quite low in brightness. It was quite dark. Also, it uses a lot of natural light, so the natural light in it makes the film not dark, but there is darker scenes in it, but you can see a lot more in the darker scenes than you could on the DVD. The sound quality on here is great as well. I think I'm going to say, what is it? If it says 5.1 surround. Now the sound on here, especially when they're doing the jousting scenes and they're flying through the air and landing face down and burying their heads in the ground, it's a fantasy really. But for me, with Terry Gilliam doing this, the look of the film is a film that you won't see anywhere else. It does remain as a lot of the Holy Grail, Monty Python Holy Grail, but it seems it's kind of like not set at the same time, but it's a bit like that. You could say it's a Holy Grail too. Well, it's not. There is a few members of Monty Python in here, It does have a performance from a fellow called Neil Innes, who I went to see live in a couple of years ago. I went to see him twice. Unfortunately, he died at the start of at the end of 2019, which I was really gutted about. It was devastating, really, because I had quite a few chats with him, and I thought he was just such a great person. But he's in this film as well. There's a load of British stars, and every time there's something on there, it's like cameo performances. Somebody's talking to somebody, you think, well, that's him from that, and there's that, and there's just like escape of all these people who are involved in British television at the time in '77. So this film here, for me, it's, if you like Monty Python, you will love this film, and it is so good to look at. It's one of these films that's just a joy to watch, as well as the fact that it's a good film as well. I did enjoy it, and it's funny, really funny as well. So yes, so that's it for me, and thanks for watching this. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. I'm not going to do a shout out in this video, because this video is a little bit impromptu, because I need to get a few other videos in, and I will resume my shout outs on the next videos.